there, it's the Can Astrologer. My name is Abby, and this is your August 2025 mid-month reading, or meant for whenever you're seeing this. This is a general collective reading meant for anybody that it resonates with, so make sure that you stick along throughout the end of the reading because there might be messages strewn throughout meant for you. Okay, so this is actually part 2 of an earlier reading that I was doing that I believe I'm going to be naming Kintsugi, which is a Japanese term for repairing broken pottery, broken glasses, and cracked cups with gold. And so Kintsugi, can this past relationship actually be repaired? So that was part 1, and this is part 2. I'm not sure if this will have the same title or not. We will see. So what's interesting is the song that I had on pre-shuffle getting ready for this spread, different, it's going to be different cards. It's Glass Animals, Coast to Coast. I feel like there could be somebody who's been traveling coast to coast, also who could be wanted coast to coast. Now, when I say wanted, it could be wanted in the term, like in the sense that, you're liked by many and many people want you, right? But it can also mean like you're wanted by the law, like you're wanted coast to coast by law enforcement. Some of the lyrics: said to you, why did you do it? Touch the glass, I'll feel you through it. Against the wall with the bracelets on, you look bizarre in the apricot. Talking about somebody being in jail. And apricots could be significant. You think that you're space ghost, you're wanted coast to coast. Fuck that shit, now I know. My way and you go yours. Gotta be all that cocoa, playing too much of that GTA, playing too much of that Dr. Dre. I like Dr. Dre. Doomquake, where'd you get that gun from, Really think that metal gonna make you safe? Playing peekaboo with the devil these days. Black cat back with a trench coat, Living in the valley cutting porno tapes. Okay, so there could be somebody that is just wrapped up in some very questionable activities. And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be, porno or anything like that, or, anything that actually lands you in jail. But it could. This is very broad, very general collective right now. But it's interesting. So the first reading was, talking about a relationship that, somebody is questioning whether or not it can be repaired. Somebody is thinking about potentially going back and revisiting it. They're afraid. I feel like they're wanting to offer something. So let's get into it. Let's see what comes up. This reading is definitely going to be spicy. So we're going to start out with the reading fortune telling cards. This is like a very gypsy kind of deck. Like, compared to the last reading, this reading is going to be, I don't want to say dark, but it's going to be spicy. Alright, what do we have for the general collective for our mid-August 2025, part 2? Give us more energy. Okay, that went flying. Alright, so it's number 30, and it's a 10 card, 10 of spades. So, the rod near predicts family quarrels, distant pecuniary losses. So, I don't know what that word means. Pecuniary? It could be like losses of maybe wealth. So, the number 30 could be significant. The number 40 could be significant. 10s are endings, but they're also beginnings because 1 plus 0 equals 1. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the 8 of spades. So, the same suite, or same suit. Number 32. The mountains nearby indicate the presence of a mighty enemy. So if you have mountains that are near or nearby, there could be an enemy nearby. Why did I just get the feeling that like the person that you have in question, or maybe it's not you, maybe it's like the other I don't know. There's like somebody, it's like somebody could be an enemy, or they thought they were an enemy. Because it's underneath the deck. Somebody's dealing with an enemy. But there also could be family quarrels. You could be experiencing family quarrels. And there could be some type of losses that you're dealing with. So take it as it resonates, and if it does, make sure you drop a comment in the comments below, like, share, subscribe. If you are interested in a personal reading, I have all of that information in the description below this video. You can also reach out and email me and get a hold of me that way. Okay, guys, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. I'm just like, this is very juicy. It's like a Nancy Drew mystery right now. I used to read a lot of the Nancy Drew novels when I was a kid, but I also read a lot of Babysitter's Club too. So, alright, what do we have? This is your Modern Witch Tarot deck. Alright, underneath the deck we've got the Knight of Swords. So this is just the resonating energy, going into this. The Knight of Swords is somebody who's looking for information. He's a warrior of information. He could be searching for information. He also is kind of like spy card energy, but this also could be somebody, wanting to deliver a message. This could be any sense of the form, right? It could be written, it could be text, it could be spoken. But it's interesting because it looks like he's going to the past, so this could be somebody from the past. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Let's get 3 cards, please. I just saw the Hierophant wanted to pop out. Okay, that's 2 cards and 3. Wow, okay. Wow. Whoa. You guys, you definitely have to go watch part 1. 100%. Because we have the Queen of Cups. She's in the future position. This is all cups. This is all about a relationship. Okay, so, and then underneath the deck we have the Hanged one. Now the Hanged Man, I believe, is Pisces energy, so that's more Cups energy. Neptunian energy, if I'm not mistaken. So the Hanged Man, there could be a situation that's hanging in the balance, that's kind of at a standstill. Now, when this card comes out, this talks about having to let go. Okay, you have to let go of something, not necessarily a relationship. It's more like let go of ego, right? Let go of something that helps you look at a situation, a relationship, a partnership, anything, right, in a completely different perspective, which is why, they're hanging upside down. But if you see there's like this circle around their head, okay, and that's like somebody having this moment of enlightenment. It's like a eureka, like they have found the answer. They realize what it is that they need to do, what it is that they maybe did in the past and need to make good for, right? Behind that is the 8 of Wands, and that's about a message coming in, and or could be somebody traveling, wanting to deliver that message, much like the Knight of Swords that we saw underneath the deck going into this. Interesting. We have the Magician behind that, somebody manifesting an outcome to their benefit. And then we have the 3 of Cups, which talks about celebration. Could also denote a third party, doesn't have to be. Cups energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Behind that we've got the 6 of Wands, a victory, success with a new endeavor, with taking a leap of faith into something new. Could be a new journey, could be a new relationship, could be anything. So, Hanged Man, somebody feels like they're in a timeout, and it could be a timeout before you decide your next steps in order to move forward. So, the cards that fell out, first card was the 10 of Cups. In the past, this is what somebody, had. Maybe they knew it or they didn't, right? I don't think that they truly realized what they had in the past, but it was 10 of Cups. Happy home, happy life, happy wife, right? Had the opportunity for Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy. Cups are about emotions and feelings, and that's all we're looking at right now. Water energy. Okay. Whether or not that was obtained, not sure. I really honestly feel like, based on the first reading that we were doing with this, that this is what, somebody wanted, right? This was what somebody was after. And so then we've got in the present situation, somebody actually making a move with the Knight of Cups. Again, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy. And this Knight is taking action towards a Queen of Cups. See that? Queen of Cups, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. She's like, and she was in the last reading. So she was like one of the main energies, main characters of the last reading. And this is like your mother. She's like, it doesn't have to be your mother, but she's like a mother type energy. She's very loyal, trustworthy. She could be a mother, doesn't have to be. But she's very caring, very wise, very intuitive, right? Deep and knowledgeable. But also, you know, water can be also extremely destructive too. It has holds a ton of power, right? And also memory. She holds on to memory. Alright, so let's clarify these cards here, and then we'll pull some oracles. What's the Ten of Cups? Let's get some cards on the Ten of Cups. We've got a lot of tens popping out. Okay, so in the past we had the Emperor, but he was in reverse. So somebody did not take action. They were ineffective in you know, taking the steps to lead a situation due to immaturity. They have a weakness, and it could be ego, which is, you know, what the Hanged One is you know, that's what that's about, is about, you know, trying to let that go. There was no reasoning with this person. They were overbearing. What else? Four of Wands. Now, you could have lived with this person. This is more Aries energy, fire energy. Or this just could be like somebody who is only concerned with material things. Like, this is about house home stability and being ready for the opportunity that you've worked for. But, you know, this could be somebody that all they did was work, right? Now, the Four of Wands can also be twin flame soulmate energy. And this could have been a twin flame soulmate relationship in the past, but someone failed to lead in the situation due to immaturity. Let's get one more. Okay. And this was with a Nine of Pentacles, an independent feminine energy. They could have Virgo in their chart. This is somebody who is self-made, right? She knows how to grow her own garden. She is really good with animals and pets. You know, love her. She's very independent, freedom-loving. She's someone who can enjoy the results of all her hard work. And I say her because I see a feminine energy, but do understand that energies, you know, can be crisscrossed, flip-flopped, and or reversed. If I'm talking about a masculine, it could be a feminine. If, you know, I could be talking about a feminine, it could be a masculine. Take it as it resonates. Let's get more about this Knight of Cups. Who's the Knight of Cups? Okay, two cards popped out. Somebody that wants partnership, for one. So Three of Pentacles. They want to work together in something. Reach out for the help when you need. Reach out for the help you need when you need it. Somebody could have reached out for help. You know, looking for cooperation, teamwork, creativity. I feel like somebody's doing that now, though. They want to cooperate with somebody now. There's, you know, they want to gain some type of advantage by working together. Who doesn't, right? That's what teamwork's all about. And it's about creativity. And somebody's realizing something. Somebody could have common goals. And I feel like that's it's a King of Wands who wants to take this step, take this action. Now, I will say, I do like the King of Wands energy to take this action, because Wands are all about action. The King of Wands, he is very egotistical, okay? But he's also very much about business. And he's very passionate. He can make an excellent lover. But the King of Wands is about using the dynamic energy of a leader. So somebody actually taking the action and stepping up. He's a visionary, very successful, swift. Strength, will, and power, courage, and leadership, right? Let's get one more for this Knight of Cups. Oh, but he is worried. He's worried. With the Nine of Swords. This is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, mainly Gemini, but it could be anybody. It's about anxiety, hopelessness, worry. Somebody who may feel imprisoned either by their mind, or they could actually like be in some kind of prison or captivity. Or it's like victimization, self-victimization, maybe because they're worried or they're being haunted by things that they did in the past. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Cups in the future position, though. So That's a good sign, right? Let's see this Queen of Cups. What's the Queen of Cups, please? That flew out. Okay, so the Queen of Cups is, interestingly enough, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So, that's interesting. Because the Queen of Pentacles is not necessarily a bad card. She's somebody very independent. She could be married or, be with a king, but she doesn't have to be, because she's very good at business herself, good at handling and balancing work, life, children, business, money. She's all about the money, okay, because it's Pentacles, earth energy. But when she's in reverse, this is somebody who's undecided. Not because she's confused, but because she's cautious, right? She's capricious. She could also be moody. There also could be a sense of materialism, potentially jealousness, but not necessarily. Because with the Queen of Cups energy, I feel like it's not so much jealousy. If it were jealousy, the Queen of Cups would be in reverse, right? I feel like it's more, she's just very cautious about her next steps or decisions, especially if she was burnt or, burnt in the past, or treated unfairly, right? Or mistreated. Take it as it resonates. What is the Queen of Cups? We have the King of Swords. So I'm talking to an air sign. I feel like this could be an air sign coming in, or this could be the Queen of Cups and the King of Swords energy. This is about thinking things through from all perspectives. And again, that's why we've got the Hanged One, the Hanged Man sitting there. This is somebody who's like really, they're undecided, but they are thinking things through from all perspectives. Now, this could be you, this could be the other person, you could be the Queen of Cups, you could be the King of Swords. They're very cautious, controlled, but determined. So somebody really does want a result. They want, I feel like, a positive, outlook to this. Let's get one more. What do we need to know for the future? Okay. Well, we have the World card. Everything you've worked for is coming together. Now, this could be Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, or Taurus energy, or you could have that somewhere in your chart. This is about accomplishment and success, completion, synthesis, perfection, recognition, and mastery. Somebody could be a master at what they do, but I feel like somebody's mastering this situation, mastering this relationship, bringing it to completion. Not necessarily like an ending, right? But like completing the cycle so that a new one can begin. Underneath the deck, we have the Page of Wands. Keep your eye on your goals and enjoy every moment. So it's about somebody having courage. They're excited, okay? They're a free spirit. They have a love of life. They're enthusiastic. Somebody's excited about maybe, repairing the situation, repairing this relationship, moving forward in this relationship. It's like they're rediscovering life, especially with a person that they maybe once had something with or could have had something with. That Ten of Cups energy, right? But now they have the opportunity. Now, that's for most of you. Some of you may decide to go the other way, but, I would think that would be the World in reverse. So let's get a fairy tale oracle. Actually have to wrap this up here quickly anyway. I've been busy today. I had a reading in between this one, a personal reading. It went really well with a new client. And there's just been so much going on. Had the best dinner. We made, me and my roommate and our family, we made vegetable rolls, like spring vegetable rolls, all fresh with the, so good. Okay, so underneath the deck, we've got number 10, Goldilocks, entitlement. So somebody in the situation is entitled, whether it's the masculine or the feminine. It's like someone could have felt like someone was entitled, or someone actually is like sitting in the energy of entitlement, right? Like Goldilocks and the Three Bears is all about, somebody that goes into one house or sleeps in one bed and it's like, no, that's not the right bed. Goes and sleeps in the other one, messes it all up. Still not the right bed, and then finds the perfect one, and it's the little bear cub. And like she just goes through and uses everyone, everything before finding the perfect one, and then she gets ran off, scared off. In some of the folklore, she gets eaten by the bears, but go figure. And it was all due to somebody's entitlement. Now that's a 10 card, endings and beginnings. But that was in the past, underlying energy. Top of the deck we have number 27, the Light Princess, ungrounded. So, okay. Interestingly enough, number 27 came up for one of the oracles in the part 1 reading, so definitely go and check that out. And then the Light Princess, ungrounded. We'll read this real quick, but this is a really cute fairy tale of somebody who just had their head in the clouds, and it was really hard for them to come down to earth, right? And it's all about balance. This always reminds me of Libra, like Libra energy, whenever I get this card. The number 27 could be significant. Somebody could be 27 years old. It could be somebody's birthday, like the day, the 27th. 2 plus 7 is 9. 9s are culmination points, like endings. Okay, so number 27, the Light Princess, ungrounded. Death alone from death can save. Love is death, and so is brave. Love can fill the deepest grave. Love loves on beneath the wave. So the Light Princess is a modern fairy tale which describes eloquently what can take place when we fail to ground, to value and earth our desires. In this deeply symbolic story, a beautiful princess is born, but is cursed at birth. Her curse is an unusual one. She is weightless and floats high above all that is on the ground and must gently be guided about at all times, on a string like a human kite. She also is unable to grasp anything that is of complex or serious nature. She is not unintelligent, but seems that she is completely disinterested in anything that is deep or sad in any way. In some ways, she lacks sympathy and the ability to relate as she floats above all, gliding about, looking at everything from far away, from the air, laughing at the beauty of the sky and the clouds. She is separate, sweet, and hopeless. The only thing that can weigh her down for the time is water. Okay? So water sign energy, which is all about here, is like the only thing that can keep this light-minded person grounded, right? And I could be talking about a masculine energy that has that same weightless, like, you have to ground that person, ground them with water, right? The element associated with memory, death, and emotional maturity. So it's like this person is like not emotionally mature unless they are grounded by water. So that's one message of the tale, and a message of this card is that through emotional experience, memory, and the intelligent and honest examination of the past and our psyche's awakening, that we develop compassion and empathy and true intelligence. When we have no ability to feel the heaviness of certain situations, we may have the benefit of escaping much that is painful, but we run the danger of becoming vacuous, distant, literally airheaded, and or fluffy. So, meanings behind this card: it's time to ground yourself. You must take steps to reconnect with the earth. Come down to earth. Escapism is making you ineffective. Fantasy without grounding can become cruelty, not just to you but to those around you, right? And it's funny because Goldilocks was kind of like that. She was off in her own world, entitled, thought that everything belonged to her. But it was like, when she got a realistic awakening from these three bears, that brought her back down to earth, right? The need to be serious, considering yourself invulnerable or immune, minimizing issues which need attention, spiritual laws, emotional depth, denial of gravity, and ungrounded. So when this story comes up, right, this tells me that there's somebody that just does not or had not taken the seriousness of an emotional relationship of the past and could have thrown it all away. And so I think somebody has maybe gotten to the point where now they're realizing what is that phrase? The error of their ways. And so now they want to come in and make this offer to this Queen of Cups, but the Queen of Cups is like unsure because, she had been hurt so many times before. Okay, so we're going to get one more on this with the Circus, Divine Circus Oracle cards, and then I'm going to wrap this up. I wanted to keep it around 20 minutes. We're already at 25, and I've got to go pick up my daughter. So what do we got? I mean, for some of you, okay, that just, 2 of them fell out. I'm not going to take them both. We have number 41, Lady Luck. Number 12, Alice. I wasn't ready. Alice in Wonderland. Yeah. All right. What do we have for the General Collective? Bottom of the deck, we have number 31, Crown of the Butterfly Bambini. Butterflies could be significant. Butterflies are your passed on friends, family, and loved ones. There could be somebody who's protected, divinely protected by their ancient ancestors, by their passed on friends, family, and loved ones. Butterflies are definitely, somebody could have like a butterfly tattoo. Top of the deck, we have number 25, the Velvet Queen. Okay, so another queen energy. So let's read this. Oh wow, I had actually flipped right to it, the Velvet Queen. Okay, so the Velvet Queen. A rare prize is to be bestowed upon you. The universe is confirming that the most luscious dreams of your heart are being nurtured into manifestation. To this end, you shall be given a saving grace, an intervention if needs be. To be open to receive, surrender doubt in favor of unconditional trust. Through your trust and optimism, you make it easier for the universe to give you a most deserved gift. So, if someone is hoping for a positive outcome and has been manifesting this positive outcome, it looks like it's going to be delivered to you. And whatever this is, it's a rare prize. So instead of being able to attempt to take this by force, it actually, in fact, takes spiritual intelligence and courage just to take the actions of moving forward and asking for it and going for it, right? The Velvet Queen assists in shifting the mind from scarcity to prosperity consciousness, where we feel that we can receive precious gifts with an easy, open attitude, neither holding on to them out of fear nor pushing them away out of shame or guilt. When she enters your life, she brings a sign of abundance in multiple ways: financial wealth, career opportunities, increased love and affection in your relationships, or as a sense of living in the rich fullness of life, spiritually as well as emotionally and materially. Okay? It's not just one thing, it's all of them. She also indicates a prize that is worth attaining, and this could be this person, the person that was passed on in the passed over in the past. This was actually your 10 of Cups. This was your prize, right? Whether this is you or the other person. The Velvet Queen lets you know that your most prized dream is within reach through a combination of letting life unfold as it will in your own disciplined efforts. Don't give up. So, this is interesting. You cannot make the fruit on the tree grow faster. That will happen according to the rhythm of life. Music could be important. But you can certainly do your part to be ready to climb the tree at the right moment to savor the sweetness of success. So if somebody's been waiting for the right moment, basically Spirit is saying that moment is now. It's within reach. It's now. So that is interesting. I'm just going to glance real quick at this Crown of the Butterfly Bambini. So just as nature imbues the butterfly with an innate ability for radical transformation, so too you have the natural instincts within guiding you to grow in dramatic, utterly life-changing ways. Progress is your perfection. Growth is your attainment. Do you shun what you have been or mistakes that you've made, or instead do you wear your ability for transformation as a sacred crown of power? Okay, so this is somebody who could have been, oh, now I get the song, okay. Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, it talks about, somebody could have done, porno tapes. Somebody could have been in trouble by the law in the past, or with the law in the past. And Spirit is saying, are you going to shun yourself for things that you did in the past? Or are you going to move, bravely forward and make an offer to what is truly yours, what you desire, just because you're ashamed of your past? There's nothing to be ashamed of. You're a new person now. But somebody definitely needs to stay grounded. But I feel like the reason that this person is going towards this Queen of Cups, it's like Cups is what keeps this person grounded, Interesting. She has a big decision to make, but it does look successful, I will say that. So this is where I'm going to leave you at. This was part 2. Make sure that you guys go listen to part 1 because it'll make a lot more sense. But if this is where I leave you, I hope this brought you clarity, insight, or answers. If you're interested in a personal reading where we dive down deep into your personal storyline, all of that information is in the description below this video. Also, make sure that you go check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars signs too, with the readings that I have for the month of August, or any of them, right? They could bring you clarity, insight, and answers as well. And I will see you guys on the flip side. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, and y'all take care. Peace.